What's up? It's your boy Prince Elias for another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. I'm your host, Prince Elias of Creative Reptiles. And today we have another great, amazing episode. Episode 30, y'all. I can't believe it. 30 episodes, 30 consecutive episodes. Well, I did take a Saturday or two off here or there, but for the most part, 30 consecutive episodes of this podcast, this new iteration of the Snake Cinema music reviews. I'm super, super pumped. Because we got some announcements. I already did an announcement on Instagram, but we're doing official announcements today. So let's just hop into it before we get to our main topic. So, first of all, let's do our pleasantries. This episode and every episode is brought to you by Mutation Station, Lucy Land Ball Pythons, and Candy Lady Creations. Shout out to the channel sponsors. Mutation Station and Lucy Land Ball Pythons provide the best feeders, the best rodents, the best ASS known to man in the Mid-South and surrounding areas. Argue with your mother on that. And then, of course, Candy Lady Creations, my go-to stop, Bosa's go-to stop, and Maki's go-to stop, Rock on Reptiles go-to spot for the merch gang. As you can see, I got Maki's hat. Candy did that. Got my sweatshirt. Candy did that. She does tumbler cups. So this is what I use at work. Y'all know I teach, and the students love that blue A. Candy did that. And Candy and Cairo, her child, designed and did this cup for me. Creative. It says Stay Creative. And it has all my logos. The original logo. The logo 2.0 that I had done a couple of years back. And then the Jafar logo. So shout out. So she makes these two little tumbler cups. It has a top like this, and it comes with straws, but I've been and lost them straws. Sorry. But yeah, but it holds the ice in your drinks cold for a long time. I love it. And then also, oh yeah, she did this for me, the Jafar t-shirt. And of course, my second channel, Shed Yourself Vlogs, she did the hoodie for that. Not slacking on the back. Gotta have Shed Yourself Vlogs YouTube. And of course, the Jafar logo. And she added the signature, Jafar signature on the front pocket, which is my favorite feature on this logo. And of course, not slacking on the back, Creative Reptiles, all social medias. So shout out to the channel sponsors. Again, Mutation Station, Lucy Land, and Candy Lady Creations. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Okay, life, animal updates, news. My animals are good. They're getting fat, living their best life, being spoiled. We're starting to go out more for gigs now that it's starting to get warmer and stuff like that. We do have an interview. I think I'm going to take Jafar with me, and I'm not sure what other snake I'm going to take with me, but have an interview for a upcoming documentary that's being shot here in Memphis for 901 Day. They're doing entrepreneurs of all walks of life, videographers, photographers, jewelry makers, clothes makers, all that jazz, just to highlight the best of Memphis. So I'm be a part of that. My interview is today, so I'll be going down there to meet the filmmaker Courtney, and he interviewed me and get some shots of the snakes and stuff. So super excited about that. And that will be premiered in September on 901 Day. That's where we celebrate Memphis, September 1st. And super excited about that project. And I'm so happy I get to be a part of that project. And then what else? Oh, we did a fashion show. Well, I did a fashion show. I went and took photography at a fashion show last Sunday. I was going to take the snakes, but unfortunately, for the first time in a long time, first time in months, every single snake was in shed at the exact same time. When you have a lot of animals, usually you'll have like a group here that's in shed, a group there might go in shed the following week or a couple of days later. No, when I went, it opened up every drawer of this, at least the snakes that I know I could take out in public. It's like a fashion show. Every last one of them jokers was in blue, opaque out the wazoo. I said, well, dang. So I just went solo dolo. Of course, everybody asked where the snakes, but it was still a fun time. I got to take some dope pictures. I can't wait to post those on my photography channel, Elias Creatives, um, on my, well, not channel, but Instagram page, my photography Instagram page. So super, super excited. Um, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I just wish the next fashion show, they usually have two or three a year. So hopefully not everybody will be in shed at the same time. And oh, before we get into more news and updates, because I do have an announcement I want to make. Let's see who's in the chitty chat. Of course, first Bosa, compound brother. What it do, Bosa? James, what it do? Welcome, welcome. Tommy, what up, Tommy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. Also, if you paid attention to my channel, if you look at the, I don't know where it is. I'm backwards on StreamYard. I got a new logo for the YouTube channel in celebration of 12 years of being a YouTuber, a YouTube vlogger. Yes, the 12-year anniversary is coming up May 15th. I'm going to post a vlog in celebration and also giving a little backstory because a lot of y'all know me for the reptiles. A lot of y'all were introduced to me for the reptiles. But before that, I was a Disney vlogger. I was living and working at Disney World in Florida, and I was vlogging that experience. But more on that backstory later. But that's how this channel started. I forgot what the name was. I forgot what the name of the channel was. It's been so long. But yeah, I've been a YouTuber for um, 12 years. 12 years posting videos, vlogging, sharing my life, sharing my adventures. And so, yeah, May 15th was the very first day I uploaded a video on this channel. And this channel has been through a lot of rebrand, a lot of growth, a lot of evolutions. Even before the snakes, like after I stopped working at Disney and I moved back to Memphis with my family, um, I was still like vlogging my life, vlogging my weight loss journey. Because at one point I lost over almost 100 pounds. I was running marathons and 5Ks and 10Ks and traveling just to do runs and bodybuilding. This channel has gone through a lot. It's gone through a lot of evolution before it became Creative Reptiles. So we're going to celebrate in May. And there's also in May, I did a lot of stuff in May. It will be the 5-year anniversary, May 29th, the 5-year anniversary of Snake Cinema Reviews. When I first went and watched the movie and came home, and that's the 29th of May. When I went to the movies to go see a film, came home, took Jafar out, pulled up my camera, and reviewed a movie with him. And that's how it started. That's when the reviews with my snake started. So it's going to be a big celebration. It's going to be a special anniversary vlog posted on May 15th, the actual day of the anniversary. And then the last week of May, the week before, because I'll be traveling the last week of May. The week before that, we're going to have a big, big celebration podcast. I'm going to invite some of the crew on to join me. Hopefully they can. And we're going to do some giveaways, some prize giveaways to people who have always been consistently in the chats, always been consistently on the replay game, always been consistently sharing my stuff and commenting on my shorts and my videos. So yeah, it's a big celebration. We're gonna give some stuff away. Shout out to Candy for Candy Lady Creation. She's gonna make a couple of prizes. There will be let me go ahead and tell y'all what the prizes are gonna be. since everybody who's in the comments are already eligible for the giveaway. Um, First, the prizes will have the new logo as you see on my channel, the new YouTube logo for Creative Reptiles. So, sorry, y'all. First off, there will be a giveaway for a backpack. So, for those who know, I love Printify. Printify is my best friend when it comes to the merch. And so, I have this particular backpack I had custom made to celebrate my first clutch. For those who know, the three babies for my very first clutch, Wonder, Dream, and Magic, I had this custom backpack made with the original Creative Reptiles logo. Well, I'm going to have a backpack made specifically for the YouTube anniversary logo. So you'll see it on there, and I might have on there, you know, YouTube anniversary or whatever. I haven't figured that out yet, but that's going to be a prize for one person, one lucky person. Also, another prize will be a drawstring bag. And this is the actual logo right here. So the drawstring bag to celebrate the YouTube anniversary. So you'll be able to win this. That's another prize. And then Candy, I'm going to have Candy from Candy Lady Creations. She's going to create t-shirt, hoodie, bucket hat, and a tumbler cup, kind of like this, kind of like these. So one person could win a t-shirt and tumbler combo. One person could win a bucket hat, and another person could win a hoodie. So I'm trying to make it to where multiple people could win something. Of course, US only, United States citizens only. Has to have an address to the United States. We're not shipping overseas or anything like that. And I don't even want to waste the extra money shipping to Canada. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry, Canada, but no. So US only. And again, it's only going to be for people who have been consistently active in my chats, on my YouTube, all that jazz. Um, so, yeah. Also, some more people that came in. Stan, what's up? Good morning. Father Don, you already know. What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for tapping in. I'm feeling a lot better, Father Don. Thank you. For those who don't know, I'm allergic to meat. And I had some food, except for fish and chicken, but I had some food that may have been a little cross contaminated. Back in the kitchen of the restaurant, little chef Maya, one utensil might have touched something else that I was allergic to. And anyways, I had a little reaction last night. So I was drugged up on Benadryl and I went to bed early. That's why I was not active on Hair Down Friday, but I did wake up and watch the replay. Great episode as always, Keys. Hair Down Friday is a must for me, just like Sophisticated Ignorance is a must for me. But I went to bed early last night. I didn't stay up like I normally do. Oh yes, yes, Stan. Yes. I also want I'm definitely gonna give everybody patches as well. The patches that for the Red Line project, but I'm also gonna get some more patches made. So I'm gonna do a YouTube anniversary patch and a couple of other things. But I wanna get all my designs ready before I send to the company to get shipped out. Um Oh, and happy 420 to all my potheads out there, all my friends who love that green tea, as y'all like to say, the green tea. Shout out! It is 420, is y'all holiday. Y'all have at it, have fun. Um, that's one thing I don't partake in, but I support everybody else who do. But so yeah, so that's about the giveaway. Again, it's gonna be at the end of May. We're going to have that special podcast episode, and it might be an open panel podcast. So I'm going to have everybody, you know, welcome to come in. I'm just going to put the link of StreamYard in the Wiz Tang chat and the Shenanigan chat, and just whoever pops up, pops up. You know what I'm saying? To celebrate the anniversary of Snake Cinema Podcast and the anniversary of my YouTube channel, me being a YouTuber for 12 years consecutively and consistently. So yeah. Oh, what's up, Karina? Nice to meet you. I've seen you in the chats a couple times. Nice to meet you. Thanks for tapping in. That's why you're creative. Thank you, Stan. Thank ya. Appreciate it. So those are all the news updates, all that jazz. Super excited about everything that's coming up. Oh, and also for my black people, my comrades, even allies. I'm not gonna neglect my Caucasian cousins because y'all love us. But month of June, I'm working some things out with Candy. I already got the designs, so the month of June, y'all know it's our holiday, Juneteenth celebration, the real celebration, Freedom Day, where we no longer we're slaves officially. So Juneteenth is a big celebration. I want to do something special for all, especially something for the culture, for all the black people, something that we can celebrate but still rock the reptiles that we love. So I went and thank God for good old AI. I went and got a design made up, and I'm talking to Candy about it. But we're gonna have exclusive limited edition. It's only going to be for the I'm gonna start it out where you can order in May 1st. That way, Candy could create it and have it in time for everybody for Juneteenth. But we're gonna have official Juneteenth merch. So we have the snake with the colors of the flag, the Juneteenth flag, which is black, green, and red. Those are the official colors. So yeah, and I'm thinking about doing football jersey style, but we're gonna work that out. It might, might just be a t-shirt, but the bucket hats are definitely gonna be happening. So again, just for my people, but of course our Caucasian cousins who want to celebrate with us on Freedom Day, June 19th, I will announce when we will get those orders ready. Because I really want us to rock out on that day. That's going to be a lot of fun. I know I am. I can't wait to rock those outfits, especially when I take the snakes out to all the Juneteenth events that's happening in Memphis. So let's see. Oh yeah, I understand. I understand. Time difference is crazy. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I understand. But good to have you in the chat though. Shout out to Denmark. So enough of all that. Let's get started with the topic of today. See, I was going to review a film, but I'm be honest, I did not have time to make it to the theaters. I will be going this weekend though. Tomorrow to be exact, since I don't have to work at church. I don't have to do cameras or anything. So tomorrow afternoon, I'll be going to the movie theaters um, to watch a movie or two, probably just one. I haven't decided yet, but I told someone that I was interested in watching a particular film, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, no. Why are you're going to have demons in your house? It's so demonic, it's so crazy," which is why I put that poster in my thumbnail. Because they were like, "Oh my gosh, no. You're playing with demonic entities, and yeah, the devil's going to get you, yada yada." And I'm like, "It's a movie. It's a horror movie." But it got me thinking, there are certain movies out there that people do not mess with. There are some movies out there that people do not touch with a 10-foot pole. You know what I'm saying? So it got me to thinking about, what are those movies that are my no-nos? Because movies about exorcisms or, religion or, horror films where there's nuns and Catholic preachers fighting the devil or whatever. That stuff don't scare me. That stuff ain't it don't trigger me. But there are some films that do. There are some things that I do not touch. Rock, what it do? Thank you for tapping in. There are some no-nos, red flags, off limits in movies that I absolutely do not touch. So we're gonna talk about that. But we're also gonna go touch on music later on because that list is not long at all. It's very short. But there is some no off limit things in movies, whether it's topics, whether it's themes, whether it could be one scene. If I get an inkling or get one scene spoiled for me, that I know something's going to happen, even if it just lasts as like 10 seconds, I'm not going to watch the whole film. Like, I'm just going to avoid it like the plague. And so that's what we're talking about today, the off limits in entertainment. What are some no nos that you don't touch? Absolutely. So I have a criteria or a list. Now, again, everybody's different. What may trigger you might not trigger me, and vice versa. So, I will say that shout out to the internet. You know, people always love talking about how bad the internet is. Well, there's some good things in the internet because there are now websites dedicated to like warning people about certain things. Like it just gives trigger warnings, like, hey, this might have SA in it. And for those who don't know, because YouTube does flag channels and shadow ban channels if you use certain words. So SA is, actual assault. For those who don't know, you know what I'm saying. The big R word. So when I say SA, that's what I'm talking about. The big, uh, the other big word that YouTube does not like is, the unaliving of oneself, that big S word. So if I say unalive, that's what we're talking about. And it's not because I'm scared to say those words. Those words are those words. They're in the English or they're in the language in the dictionary for a reason. But we're on episode 30 of Snake Cinema Podcast, and I would like to not be shadow banned. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to. So that's why I'm editing myself from saying those words. But there are like certain things that might be triggering to some, might not be to others. Um, but it's not just that. There are also, just certain genres of films that I'm over. I'm tired of it. I've watched what I'm gonna watch already, and I don't plan on reliving those movies. There are some movies out there that are so good, but so tough that I've only seen one time and don't have no desire to see again. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So another thing that sparked this topic, besides, you know, someone telling me that I shouldn't go see the first Omen because it's demonic or they have exorcism, or Catholic priests versus the devil. You know what I'm saying? Or um, also the documentary Heard from Around the World, documentary that got everybody in a frenzy, and some people have talked about it already. Shout out to the Wiz Tank Clan. They discussed it a little bit a couple of episodes ago, and that is Quiet on the Set, the documentary about the kids in Nickelodeon and the abuse they went through. I have no desire to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I don't need that type of form of entertainment in my life. I don't need that type of I don't need to hear stories of that. I've I just don't. So I stay away from movies like that. I stay away from documentaries like that. I stay away from true crime podcasts like that. I love true crime. I love watching true crime documentaries, but if I see in the thumbnail or I see in the title, or it's something like very popular in the news where I know that the victim was a child, I stay away. I stay away. I just can't. Sorry, can't do it. Can't do it. So there's been a lot of podcasts, true crime podcasts that I listen to. But if I see an episode and it says, we're talking about this subject, we're talking about that subject, I just skip that episode. I'll go watch a different episode. I just skip that. But so abuse of children, I stay away. I don't need it in my entertainment. I don't find joy in it. It's just been there, done that. Don't care to revisit. It's not entertainment to me. It's not, even in documentary form, it's not entertaining to me. So I just don't watch that. The big R word, essay, assault of any kind to anybody. Um, there are certain films that come to mind, like I Spit on Your Grave. Classic horror film, classic suspenseful film. But I just even in horror, because y'all, I love horror. Every October, it's gonna be a tradition where the whole month of October, all I'm gonna talk about on podcast is horror films. But even then, there are certain horror films, been there, done that, don't care to revisit it again. Like I Spit on Your Grave, I saw that blindly without seeing a trailer, without seeing nothing. I was looking up something to watch. I don't know if it was on Netflix or it was on Shutter. I can't remember, but I watched it blindly for the first time. Had no idea the plot synopsis, and oh my gosh, yeah, that whole scene where the girl got attacked by that gang, and yes, she did get revenge. Yes, they are the monsters all did die in the end. The assaulters did all die in the end, and gruesomely. Yes, it was great to see revenge being taken, but that scene alone, or the reason why everything happened, just it was too much. So good movie, but I'll never watch it again. That was a one and done. I was like, too much, too much, too much for me. Um, so another one that I stay away from are queer films. And hear me out, because I know y'all about to say, Elias, you're trans and bisexual. Why are you avoiding queer films? Hear me out. I am avoiding queer films in that are not comedies. If it's a comedy and it's a queer film like Bros, I can watch that. No problem. I've seen a couple of queer oriented films or films with queer characters as the main leads on like Netflix. If it says comedy, I'll watch it gladly. But if I see in the title or subtitle drama, thriller, or anything of that sort, suspense, I don't watch it. I stay away from it. Why? Because in the history, if you Google queer films or films with LGBTQ characters as the main leads, it's always a sad ending. It's always a trash ending. Usually the main character is dead. It's gotten so bad and it's gotten so stereotypical in Hollywood that it's called kill your queers. It's now a term for that. When a movie kills your queers, whether it's the main lead character or a sub character or a side character, or you know I just don't watch it. I stay away from it because it's like main character's gonna die. Either they're gonna self delete themselves because their family couldn't accept them or love them, or yada yada yada, or the bully who found out that they were gay or trans or whatever kills them. I just I stay away from it. I've seen way too many films. It's gotten so bad that it's stereotypical in Hollywood now. The stereotype the black man always dies first in horror films. It's a stereotype that if it's not a comedy, the gay character is going to be dead by the end of the movie. And I just stay away from it. I don't want to see that. I'm tired of hearing those stories. Enough is enough. Another big no no, especially in 2024. Another big no no in 2024. If I see a trailer, if I hear a plot synopsis, if I see anything of the sort that says this movie takes place during slavery, or this movie takes place during the Jim Crow era or the civil rights era, I'm not watching it. I'm over it. I'm over black people only getting Oscars because they played a slave in Hollywood. I'm over black people only being celebrated when it's a drama and it's dealing with gang violence and drugs and all the crazy stereotypes. I'm over watching movies and seeing them win Oscars and Golden Globes because it took place during the Jim Crow era and the civil rights movement. I'm over it. Been there, done that. It's 1,000 movies, and those movies are the only ones that are celebrated. Nobody is celebrating giving Oscars to the black comedies, the black horror films, the black, you know. The modern day black movies that doesn't deal with struggle, we call them the struggle films. That's what our community calls them, the black struggle films. If it ain't got to deal with our pain, we don't get no recognition. Our actors don't get the awards or the accolades unless it has to deal with our pain. And we are more than it just that. Sometimes I want to watch. Sometimes I want to watch. That's why I think movies like the Fast and Furious movies and things like that, as stupid as those films are, I think they make it. They're so big and so huge, and they grasp an audience because we see ourselves. We see black people in them. We see Asian people in them. We see Hispanic people in them. But it's not a struggle film. We're not struggling to survive. We're not dying. We're not slaves. We're not in jail. We just ride around in cars doing stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why movies like that make big money because we like to see things other than the sad, other than the 12 Years a Slave, other than the what's that movie with Octavia Spencer and them? The Help. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want to see other things than that because we are not a monolith. We aren't just one thing. So in 2024, if a slave movie comes out or a movie that takes place, I don't care how great the writing is, I don't care how great the acting is. They can have the best actors in the world, it can have the best directors in the world. I'm not going to see it. I'm not. They lucky I went to go see The Color Purple, but it was only because there was a musical. And I knew it wasn't going to be all depressing and sad, although it did have some triggering and sad themes. It was a musical, so we know they're going to be singing, shouting, and smiling 90% of the film. So that was an exception to the rule. But anything other than that, I'm not watching, especially 2024. You bring out a movie going through Jim Crow, a movie going through slavery, a movie going through the civil rights music. I see another Dr. Martin Luther King adaptation, like as if he's the only nigga that freed us. Like I'm done. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it in theaters. I'm not going to watch it in Netflix. I don't care if it's free on Lifetime Movie Network. I'm not watching it. Um, and with that, to piggyback off that, for the exact same reasons, I'm over Holocaust films. The best Holocaust films in the world have already been made. Schindler's List is there for the taking. It's already been made. The greatest Holocaust film of all time. Um, the Boy in the Striped Pajamas. The best Holocaust film has been made. Diary of Anne Frank had a couple of adaptations. The best Holocaust films have already been made. In 2024, just last year, and it got nominated for Oscars. And thank God it did not win because I'm sick of that shit. Just like I'm sick of the Black struggle films winning all the awards. I'm sick of all the Holocaust films winning all the awards. But it was last year, just last year, a film was released. I forgot the name of it, but thank God they did not win an Oscar or a Golden Globe, but it took place in the Holocaust. And it was basically about the wife. The movie was basically about the wife of a Nazi soldier living her mundane, normal life, being a mother, raising her kids while living next door to the concentration camp. That was the gist of the movie, according to IMDb. Because I didn't watch it and I don't plan on watching. I'm never going to watch. I don't care how good the acting is. I don't care how amazing the cinematography is. I'm not watching it. I'm over it, just like I'm over the slave movies. I'm over the Holocaust movies. Give us more stories. Jewish people are more than just concentration camps. Just like Black people are more than just slaves. Like we have other stories to tell. We have other forms of entertainment. Give me a movie about a Jewish ballerina, doggone it, just going through school, just having a good time, just living a normal, mundane life. Give me a comedy about, I don't know, anything that stars Jewish people, that has, like, just give me something other than we're in the Holocaust. We're in a concentration camp. Hitler is killing us. We got to hide from the Nazis. Our neighbors have to save us and hide us and in their attic and pray that we don't get the movie. The best of the best have already been made. So anything that comes out today, I'm not watching it because there's no point. We know how the story ends. We know how the story goes, and I'm over it. And I'm over those movies are the only ones being celebrated in Hollywood as the best of the best, the avant-garde, or this is a must see. Like, no, give us better stories and more stories than the repeated BS. Um, Also, a big no red flag. Never gonna watch it. Never gonna watch ever. And I've been consistent with this since day one, since I found out about this bastard. Any movie made by Roman Polanski. You don't know Roman Polanski? He is a movie director. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but his first wife was the woman Sharon Tate, who died from the Manson family massacre. I think it was something tragic. His very first wife died tragically due to the Manson murders. She was one of the victims. RIP to her. This ain't about her. This is about this motherfucker Roman Polanski, who is a child pedo. And to keep from going to jail, he ran off and moved to another country where he couldn't get extradited. But he still directs and makes films, and Hollywood keeps distributing those films. He is still making films to this day. Hollywood is still making them. He still gets to be nominated for Oscars, which is mind blowing to me. And he's a convicted essay offender of children, and people are still going to the theaters watching his movies. I'm just mind blown. Like, how are we going to arrest? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go there, bro. But there are people who are still, there are actors who are still saying he's one of the best movie directors of all time. Why are y'all still working with this man when he has been convicted? It's been proven. There has been proof that he has assaulted a child. He ran off to another country to hide. And yet he's still making money. He's still making movies. He's still getting nominated for awards. So anything that's created by Roman Polanski, I don't care if it's produced, directed, written, I don't watch it. I didn't watch his old stuff from back in the day, the classic movies that people tell me I need to go watch. Nah, F him. F him for life. He is a no, red flags, off limits. And he's the reason nowadays when I see a movie come out and I want to go watch it, I usually research who's the writer and director first. He is the reason because I don't want to be caught supporting people like him and giving him my money personally. So any Roman Polanski made film, produced film, written film, directed film, not happening. Not happening. No sorry, Bob. Red flag. Red flag. 100%. Um, Next on my list, torture. It's called torture porn or snuff films. And it's bigger in horror genre, but there's been some drama films that's also fit into the same category, in that, like the Human Centipede or a Serbian film. Thank God I was watching a YouTube video and a Serbian film. The plot was spoiled for me because I seen the poster here or there in certain on certain streaming apps. I know it exists, but I never knew what the movie was about. And thank God a critic on YouTube spoiled it for me because I have no desire of watching a Serbian film. I'm not going to spoil it. If you've never seen it, I don't recommend you watch it. It is one of those weird, crazy horror in quote films. To me, it's just torture porn. It's mean spirited. It's just somebody made the movie just to just whoever made the film, which I'm not going to do research. I feel like they're just sick in the head because of the plot that was spoiled for me. Rightfully so. I'm so happy it was, but um let's just say It's one of those snuff films that's all about, torturing somebody just for the sake of torturing. There's no story, there's no plot, there's no there's no reason for this film to exist, but it does. Um, and it has a parent abusing a child, but he didn't know that he was abusing the child until it was too late. It's look, this is how I feel about that movie, a Serbian film. I have no desire to watch it. I will never watch it a day in my life. And the filmmakers who created that, y'all are some sick bastards, and y'all need to be put in jail, under a jail. So that's a no red flag in movie for me. And nowadays, I'm not gonna lie, I've been start feeling this way before. This has nothing to do with Trump or Biden or anything of the ilk. I felt this way back in the Bush era. I felt this way back even though I was in like high school or whatever. I felt this way back when Clinton was in office. I hate. And I don't care if I offend anybody. I love y'all. Shout out to all the troops and the soldiers. But I hate politically charged, politically adjacent movies. I'm over the war movies. I'm over the so patriotic 9/11 type movies. I'm over all the politics, all the overly patriotic support our troops type films. I'm just over it. It's all propaganda at this point. And again, this has nothing to do with Trump or Biden. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I don't fall in line with any of them because none of those parties give a damn about my black, trans, bisexual ass. So they don't care if I live or die. So I don't care. I'm not adjacent to I treat politics like I treat religion. I don't give a fuck. Just leave me alone. That's my stance. And so when it comes to entertainment and movies, when I see that this is one of those, oh my gosh, troops are this going to Afghan, or these troops are doing this, or this is a movie where enemy behind enemy lines, or look, the best of the best war films have already been made. The best of the best patriotic films, political films have already been made. The best of the best troop films have already been made, aka like Saving Private Ryan, already been made, already been done. Um, if you want to go the comedy route, movies like Inglorious Bastards, anything Quentin Tarantino has made, it's already been done. It's already been done well. Um, there's been a lot of movies in this category that's already been done and been shot well and been done well. Great acting, great directing, great storytelling. We don't need any more, especially in 2024, which is why I have no desire to see the new film that's out this weekend called Civil War. I have no desire. I'm over it. I'm over I'm over the we gotta stand behind our country and rah, 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 and you better not kneel for the flag and all this. I'm over it. Keep it out of my fucking entertainment. Keep it out of the things that I go to the movies to escape this bullshit. If I want action, if I want the shoot 'em ups, I will go watch Transformers or Fast and the Furious, or I don't know, John Wick. If I want to see all that, I'll go see those type films. I don't need to see the camouflage, we in the bushes of Vietnam type. Been there, done it. Like I said, the best of the best have already been made already. We don't need any more in 2024. I'm over it. At this point, it's just straight propaganda. And then lastly, to piggyback off that, I am over any religious propaganda movies that's been sneaking in these movie theaters, like the God's Not Dead type series and shit like that. Keep that with the vacation Bible school stuff, and keep those out the movie theaters. I'm over that crap. First of all, it's strictly biased. It's 100% biased. It's 100% one-sided. And nowadays, a lot of these religious films, because remember, I grew up, you know, in all sorts of evangelistic, extremist, Church of God in Christ type um, backgrounds. A lot of that stuff's just corny. A lot of those movies are not good. The acting sucks. The direction, the plots, the writing, it's just like I don't know how God's Not Dead series got so famous and popular to where they all ended up in the theaters. The acting sucks. Balls. It's like watching a Lifetime movie network and not the good kind of Lifetime movie network movies. It's like the the ones you watch at like 3 a.m. type. Like it's like the what's their website now where all the crappy films go? Tubi? Tubi.com. That's what those films are like. It's like it's horrible. And all they doing is just preaching and talk about how this is bad and that's bad and gay people are bad and oh my gosh, don't talk about race and I don't see color and it's just God loves us all. God loves everybody. Like it's just some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's just horrible filmmaking. I have yet to see a religious film that was good as far as filmmaking goes. Like, so those are my off limits, no nos, the movies that I just, if I see a trailer for it and I see any of these as a theme, any of these as a topic, any of these as the the overall arc of it all, I stay away. And that's just me. I'm not saying if you like those type of films that I listed, the slave movies, the Holocaust movies, I do judge you if you watch anything from Roman Polanski after I just reveal what he did. Anything from Roman Polanski, I'm judging anybody who watches his stuff in 2024. But the I Spit on Your Graves, the Human Centipede, stuff like that. I'm not judging you. These are just my off-limited red flags. These are just stuff I don't watch and don't care to watch. Um, I don't care if it's free on Netflix. I don't care. If I see it and I know, figure out the plot, I just stay away. It's just my own personal preference as far as my entertainment goes. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat because the chat is popping off. What up, y'all? Banner, I see you sneaking in. What up, Banner Banana? What's up, David? Thank you for tapping in. What's up, everybody? Of course, Bosa, you was first, but I can't remember if I said, hey, good morning, good morning. Let's see. David said, I never liked either of them. I could watch documentary stuff, but movies. John Wick. Yeah, John Wick that's the GOAT. I can't wait to watch that spinoff with the ballerina girls or whatever. I can't wait to watch that. I think that's gonna be fire. Yeah, I love me some John Wick now. Like I said, if I wanted to just bang bang shoot 'em up films, I could watch anything other than films that take place during war. Like I ain't got time. I'm not watching no Civil War movie. Ain't happening. It sucks balls. Be honest. Everything for an animal and a Mustang. Oh, speaking of animals, I know that's not what you were talking about, David, but speaking of animals, if you are a person who is triggered by animal abuse, like you don't want to see movies, because in horror films, they love killing cats. They love murdering cats for the sake of murdering in horror films. But there is a website called doesthedogdie.com. It's a legit website and it tells you every movie that features whether or not, if you see a movie and you want to know whether the dog or the cat or the horse lives or dies in the movie because they're prominent in the movie. And they're like if you see a movie and you see it take place on a farm, you can go and Google that movie on doesthedogdie.com and it will tell you, oh, the cow lives or the dog lives or the cat lives. This horror movie, you might want to stay away. The cat definitely gonna die and it's gonna die gruesomely. It's not gonna be off camera. They're gonna show the stab. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to doesthedogdie.com. That's a great website for those who are triggered by animal abuse. Just putting that out there. It does exist. That's why I love the internet. Let's see, Brian. What up, Brian? I don't know if I said good morning to you. It says, I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched a movie, let alone gone to one. I lost interest a long time ago. Now I just watch the homies on YouTube. Facts, bro. Facts. Most of my entertainment, if it's not reptile related, like everybody's podcast and stuff, it's true crime, or I'm watching other people critique movies and music because I like to get a gauge. I like to go to a film first, watch it, and then afterwards go see what other people are saying about it. I don't like watching reviews before I watch a movie because that can skew your, it can skew your enjoyment of it. If I'm watching a bunch of reviews of people crapping on a movie, it might skew how I feel before I even watch it. So I like to go watch the movie first for myself, see if I like it myself, and then I'll watch other people. So there are certain critics out there on YouTube. My favorite movie critics, Double Toasted. Um, there is Brad, the cinema snob, and there's a couple of horror guys like Sinister Cinema Reviews and Cody Leach. He's great when it comes to reviewing horror and action movies and stuff. So there's a couple of movie critics that I will watch on YouTube. But other than that, I have to really, because of me being consistent with this channel and because of my love and passion for movies, it's now become my job in order to go to the theater. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to the theater tomorrow because there is a movie called Abigail that I want to watch and see, and I'm going to review that next week. So I'm definitely going to the movies tomorrow, but it's hard. It's hard getting up and making time because nowadays in 2024, all these movies are like 3 hours long, man. What happened to the 90-minute vid movies? You know what I'm saying? People can tell you a cohesive story in 90 minutes and be done. Nowadays, you got to have a 125-minute movie. You have to have 200-minute movies. Like it's being ridiculous nowadays to where you pretty much have to take a half a day just go see a film. Um, but yeah, I feel you. I feel you. If it ain't YouTube, I have to force myself to go on the Netflix app or go on the HBO app and find something to watch. Let's see. I just watched something on Netflix about Moses and thought it was good, better than I expected. Hey, the only religious movie that was actually good was from DreamWorks. Yes, they're DreamWorks. Yes, the people who brought the studio that brought you Despicable Me, and that is the Prince of Egypt. If you know, you know. The Prince of Egypt. First of all, that movie, not only was that movie good, the soundtrack, that thing had three soundtracks. The Prince of Egypt, it came out when I was a kid in the 90s. The Prince of Egypt movie was the best religious Moses movie ever. And it had three soundtracks. It had the movie soundtrack where it had the songs from the actual film. It had the contemporary Christian soundtrack. And so, if, for those who don't know, gospel music, just like most genres, is heavily segregated. So, you have the Caucasians with the contemporary Christians, and then you have the gospel with all the black folks. So, Prince of Egypt soundtrack had the contemporary Christian, so it had all the white folks, the Amy Grants and the Michael W. Smith and the Toby Macks, um, with their own songs based off that film. And then it had the gospel soundtrack with all the black people like the Kurt Franklin, the CC Winans, and stuff like that. All three soundtracks slap. All of them slap. And I don't think those soundtracks exist anywhere but Amazon. Look on Amazon.com. They have the physical copies and they have the digital copies of all three soundtracks. That's the only way you're going to find it is Amazon. And that movie is the only great religious movie ever. Argue with your mama. So the movie studio that brought you Despicable Me made the greatest Christian film of all time. The second greatest, no, I take that back. The second greatest Christian film of all time is a horror film called The Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson. I tell everybody that's a horror film and they get mad at me every time. I'm like, that's the greatest horror film ever made. It was just so graphic. The little demon kids teasing Judas was hilarious. It was just the gore. That was torture porn. That was torture porn. The gore of them ripping his skin off his back is the yeah, the greatest horror film of all time, Passion of Christ by Mel Gibson. Yeah, those two greatest Christian films ever. It ain't been no good ones since. And I heard the guy who played Jesus on that film got struck by lightning like 3 times. Oh God, that should be a sign that you should not make a religious movie. When you get struck by lightning about 3 times while playing Jesus, that's hilarious. He's still alive though. He made it. That's the only reason why I find it funny. Let's see. uh, do you like drama shows? It depends. I do like drama shows, but it all depends on the drama shows. Um, but most drama shows I watch are now on Netflix. So I think the most consistent show that I will watch that's considered quote unquote drama is like the SVU series, or any of the Law and Order series, stuff like that. And what's that movie? What's that drama show? This Is Us. This Is Us. That show is so depressing, but I love it. That's a good drama show. I do watch some. I just can't. I have to watch it in spurts. I can't binge watch shows like that because then I start getting depressed. But there are some out there that's pretty good. Bosa, it better off stupid. I'm not finna deal with y'all. Auntie, what it do? Hey, Auntie Angie, thanks for tapping in. And so, yeah. So to piggyback, so to recap, all the no nos and red flags in movies that I don't mess with is anything that deals with abuse of children, SA, politics, slave movies, or any black struggle movies, Jim Crow movies, um, queer films that are not comedies, because if it's not a comedy, the queer person's going to die every time. Super religious, super patriotic, anything made by Roman Polanski, and anything that's torture porn for the sake of being torture porn is not a movie, it's not a story, it's just people getting killed or abused just for the sake of it, i.e., a Serbian film or the human centipede or anything like that. I don't mess with none of that stuff. Those are all my red flags. Now, there are some red flags in music or some no nos in music that I don't mess with. Um, it's very short and simple. Most I know we've been on a country craze, but most country songs, especially by country men, I don't mess with. Kind of like the movies, super super patriotic and just overly overcompensating themselves. I just don't rock with that. Country women, some different. They have a better range in their topics of what they talk about. Um, and it's not all doom and gloom, which is why I can handle country women. But there is a new surge of different country artists out now that I do like, but like back in the day, the Tim McGraws of the world and things like that, I steer away from. That's not for me. I don't judge anybody who listen, but it just ain't for me. Anything Tom McDonald, that racist coon, he shouldn't even be considered a rapper. He should not be in hip hop. He is a just like 6ix9ine. He is a laughing stock to the hip hop uh, genre. He is a poor, horrible example of the hip hop genre. F him. He's a racist. He's a racist. He's a homophobe, a transphobe, and he's not good. I'm sorry, his music's just not good. I could forgive him if he actually had some skills, but y'all like that clown? Mm-mm. And as heartbreaking as it is, I cannot listen to R. Kelly anymore. I don't judge people who do. I don't, because some people believe Michael Jackson's guilty. I don't, but some people believe Michael Jackson's guilty and they don't listen to his stuff. So I don't knock people who still listen to R. Kelly, but me personally, I cannot. The difference between Michael Jackson and R. Kelly is that R. Kelly, there was proof. I mean, he married Aaliyah when she was 15 years old. That's enough proof right there that R. Kelly's guilty. That's enough. He legally got married to her when she was 15 years old. So that's enough proof for me to never listen to his music again. And it did hurt at first. I'm not gonna lie, it did hurt at first because his music is great, but I just have no desire. No desire. Step in the Name of Love. I Believe I Could Fly. The Ignition remix. He made some classics. He's written some classics in multiple genres, not just in R&B. R&B, pop. He's written for Celine Dion. He's written for Mariah Carey. He's written for a lot of artists. He's written for gospel artists. Some of y'all don't know there are some gospel songs out there that he's wrote for, like T.D. Jakes and things like that. I don't have no desire to just go on Spotify and just listen. And if, thank God he's in jail, but if he were to come out with an album, I would not go to it. Um, and in that same vein, now this was a heartbreak. This was really a heartbreak to grieve because this guy is the reason why I love, well, one of the reasons. He's one of the reasons why I love music so much. When I was in college, before I got into the film program, I wanted to get into the music program to be a music producer because of him, because he was my hero. Because he was really my hero back in the day in my high school and college age. So this one is very heartbreaking for me. I still listen to his old albums, like his first three albums, because it's a classic and he wasn't a coon back then. But all his new stuff, like he just dropped a new album with Ty Dolla Sign, literally like a couple of weeks ago. Did not watch, did not listen, did not go to it. I saw it on my Spotify playlist. I saw it. I saw it pop up under new music. Did not touch it, no desire, and that is Kanye West, the biggest coon of the world. I just no desire, no desire. Once he said slavery was a choice, once those words came out of his mouth, I said, F this nigga right here. Nah, nah. No, I don't care if you're bipolar. I don't care about none of that. Once you start dissing your own people and saying you were a slave by choice, and now everybody but nobody wanted to cancel him until he started talking about Jewish people. When he started crapping on black folks, everybody was like, "Oh, he's bipolar. Oh, he can't help it. Yada yada yada." The moment he flipped the switch and started attacking y'all, then everybody wanted to cancel him. But I've been off that Kanye train. He been lost me as a fan. He been lost me. Once that statement came out of his mouth, he been lost me. And then he did that fashion show with Candace Owens and they're wearing White Lives Matter t-shirts. Like, really? Really? I When you start doing stuff like that, I cannot separate the artist from the art. I'm sorry. Some people's like, you can't separate artists from the art. You ain't gotta like him personally, but he still make great music. He can make the best song in the world. He can make the next greatest hit. I'm not going to. He could collab with Lady Gaga. Y'all know how crazy I am about Lady Gaga. He could drop a song right now featuring Lady Gaga, and you best believe I'm not listening to it, not once. I don't even want to hear an instrumental. He's a no. He's on my no list. He's made it to my hands off red flags list. Never listen to again. And he could come back and apologize. He could come back and apologize. He could come back and say, "Yo, I was off my rockers. I was off my meds. I was crazy. I didn't mean it when I said this." Well, guess what? You said it, and there's no God can forgive you, but I don't. I'm never listening to another Kanye West song ever again. Now he might produce a song that I don't know about with another artist that I don't know about, and I might end up listening to it by on accident, but purposely a Kanye West song that I know is Kanye West or a song feature and it says feature Kanye West, I'm steering clear from it. Never listening again. I'm good. I'm good. The college dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, his first three albums, those were the best, amazing hip hop albums ever, in my opinion, ever made, in my opinion. Anything after that, I have no desire. No desire. No desire. But y'all tell me in the comments, what are y'all no lists? It could be a genre, it could be a movie, it could be a theme, it could be an artist, it could be a particular artist. What are your no-nos? What are your no lists? What is your hell no? I have no desire of ever supporting or entertaining that form of entertainment. Let's see. Banner says my favorite Tim McGraw is a Taylor Swift. Ah, oh yes. Please DM me that, Auntie, because I am driving in. They canceled our last day of class. We're going virtual. They didn't cancel. We're going virtual. So all we gotta do is just make sure all our projects and everything are turned in on that day, which is the third, that Friday. I'm driving in that Friday. So yes, crawfish bro at Celtic's house. I can't wait. And I get to see, not only do I get to see Celtic and them again, because we've already met in person multiple times, but I get to hang out with Maki and the bear. Oh, it's gonna be the whole Kansas City crew. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm super excited about that. Yes, and I'm staying with y'all. Yes. Move over on the couch. Move the couch over. Or I can sleep with the Bloods. I can't wait to see their animals. Oh my gosh. I'm taking all my cameras. I need to take pictures. I can't wait to see all the cool animals. So yeah, oh yeah, y'all. I'm not gonna say there won't be a podcast that weekend, the first weekend in May, because I'll be in Kansas City with them. If I do podcast, it will be late. I might do a little mini live from the crawfish broil because yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If not, if not, we can podcast. I can podcast with Maki later on that evening or afternoon because I'm gonna go by Maki's house because we're gonna do a photo shoot with Maki and stuff like that. So we'll figure that out. But be on the lookout. The podcast may or may not be canceled that Saturday, or it may just be later on that evening or afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I get a whole bar in theater. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yes, DM me the address. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I'm super pumped. I haven't been on vacation in a minute. And even though this is gonna be a short one, it's much needed. Cause y'all know at the end of school year with all this testing they got us doing with these kids, the end of year tests and stuff. Ooh, I'm tired. I need a break. I can't wait for summer vacation and I'm not working summer school. I need to not be in no school building at all this summer. Oh, but I'm super, super excited. But yeah, that was it, y'all. That was it for my topic for today. Felt, I really love this topic and I love talking about it because everybody has their triggers. Everybody has something that they just do not want in their entertainment. They do not want in the music that they listen to, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. What you like, I don't have to like, and vice versa. You could like everything I had listed on there, you know what I'm saying? But everybody has their triggers, and I don't judge people. There are some people, if I say, just like when I said I was gonna go see the first Omen, there are some people like, nope, you're dealing with the devil. I'm not watching it. I'm not going to see that movie. Dealing with the exorcist. And I understand that and I respect that. But I'm still gonna go see it. I'm still gonna go see it. But anywho, that is it for this podcast. Again, May 15th, a very special vlog gonna hit this channel, talking about celebrating the anniversary and talk about the history of this YouTube channel because I've been in this game doing this YouTube stuff for 12 years. And I can't believe it. Time flies when you're having fun. I can't believe it. I started off with me in college being a film student, trying to get my bachelor's degree in film and video productions, getting an internship to work at Walt Disney World. and that whole journey, and the fact that I wasn't even thinking about I wasn't even thinking about this. None of this podcast, none of this was ever thought about back then. I was just a young college kid trying to make art the way I know how, which is vlogging. I love vlogging. So May 15th, a very special vlog in celebration of 12 years of being a YouTuber. And then May 29th is the big celebration of Snake 5 years of Snake Cinema reviews, Snake Cinema movie and music reviews. Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very great special guests and a giveaway. Huge giveaway. Yes, thank you, Auntie. So more coming soon, more announcements coming soon. And I'm 20 subscribers away from 700. 20 subscribers away. So share this video out, share all my vlogs and Snake Prince vlogs and my music reviews. Go back before I did a podcast, all my music reviews were like their own separate videos. And I have a playlist. Share that playlist out of all the movies that I reviewed and all the albums and songs I reviewed in the past. Let's get the subscriber counts up to 700 subscribers. It's been a long road, but it's been a fun road. Fun times to be had. But anyways, I gotta get dressed and get ready again. I'm a part of a local documentary here talking about entrepreneurs around Memphis. So me and the Snakes are going to go get interviewed. Oh, and then this evening, my oldest nephew, is going to prom. He has his prom send off. So I will be somewhere crying my eyes out because I can't believe it. He's graduating high school this year. Um, so yeah, I'll be a hot mess. But anyways, I hope everybody have a fantastic day. I love y'all. Fantastic Saturday. Please check out Wiz tonight, Sophisticated Ignorance podcast tonight. I think it's 8 p.m. Central or 9 p.m. Central my time. And this afternoon, In Your Circle. It's a podcast by Irresistibles, Nikki and her husband. They have their own podcast now on Saturday afternoons called In Your Circle. Check them out. I love them. They are such a dope couple. I love all the couples in the reptile industry. They are just so nice and so welcoming. But yeah, and if you miss Keys Hair Down Fridays last night, please go watch that. Hit the replay game. But anyways, I love y'all. If you missed or you came in late, hit the replay so y'all can hear all the topics that I talked about earlier. But thank y'all, everybody, for tapping in, tuning in. It's your boy Prince Elias. We will see y'all next time on Snake Cinema Podcast. Peace.